Hey people, it's been a while since I recorded something for you guys. Wasn't sure what I was going to do, but after watching the news this morning, I know exactly what I'm talking about. MJ, Michael Jackson. Um, I think we need to leave him alone. Let him rest in peace. I just saw, and they're putting it all over the country. Remember the Pepsi commercial? I love that Pepsi commercial. I was a little baby when it happened. Um, when he got his scalp burned, and they're trying to analyze when he started drugs and when he got addicted to painkillers because he was a burn victim. And once you're a burn victim, you go through all these pains and loss of sensation and things of that nature. My question, and everybody else probably comment on this too, where were all these analysts and people when it first started? That means, wait a minute, hold on. If these analysts were there, doctors were there, maybe he wouldn't have done all those plastic surgeries, because he burnt some of his face too, and he was trying to cover up the scars in his face with that plastic surgery. His color he couldn't do nothing about because it's vitiligo, and I believe it was vitiligo, not no skin bleaching. Let's deal with the real. I just have a problem with all the scrutiny he's getting in his death. That and his family doing a special, an interview, ain't even a whole week after he died. Joe Jackson's still trying to make money. He's a bum. And then the fact of it is, you hear how crazy Mike's mom is. Been married for 60 years, and for 15, y'all been living in 2 different states, and y'all don't think that has anything to do with MJ's weirdness. Let's deal with the real. He was eccentric, he was eclectic, but he was true to himself. I believe if he didn't have all those drugs in his system, a lot of things wouldn't have transpired. He might have got married. He might have been with a woman. Other than Lisa Marie, he might have even tried to be with a black woman. Who knows? But my problem is the fact that they're trying to do all this analyzation over all his drug use over the last 25 years. Instead of analyzing it, where was the intervention? If he didn't come out and tell on his own self, when he said he had been addicted to painkillers, and he was already snowball white with all his weave in his hair, if he had got the intervention sooner, maybe some of the inspiration for a lot of his music wouldn't have came. Who knows? Maybe some of the erratic and eccentric stuff he done that colored his career would not have transpired. Who knows? My problem is the fact that, number one, they won't acknowledge him as for the black man he is, because he is a black man. Number two, as racist as this world is, it's deep how all these colors come together to worship and mourn this death of this one black man. Just a food for thought. I had to sit the part. I just think you need to let him rest in peace. Don't put his kids through nothing. His family do anything. Leave Debbie Lowe alone. She was just a surrogate. My only problem with this is the fact that they're tripping. Oh, he bought those kids. How many people who wasn't as rich as him was bought kids? How many young girls get pregnant and the family takes the baby and raises it as their own? Never even tell them about the real mother. And it goes on in America. Come on. How many bought and sold uteruses is out here? Let's deal with the real. Nadia Suleiman was a bought and sold uterus. Only reason why it didn't go well for her, because most of them freaking kids came out with disabilities, and didn't nobody want a kid with disabilities. They wanted perfect children, because she was going to sell those kids. She was not going to keep them. And now that she's stuck with them, now she's trying to make money off of them. And my problem is that Nadia Suleiman gets to keep her children, and you can tell it is a poor condition those kids are in. Michael Jackson gets threatened over his children. They call him gay. They call him a pedophile. Couldn't think of the word for me. But my problem is this: they had no proof. All this stuff went down with that pedophilia was when he stopped paying those sick kids' bills. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to put anything out there, but I just believe that once them bills stopped being paid, they had to go back to reality. That's when the allegations came out, and that's when there was a hunt for more money. Everything with him was about the pursuit of money. And how much was it? Because now his family is scrambling to do things, with an exception of Janet, to do things, to get things together, because Mike was their meal ticket. I'm sure he paid all of their bills. Or close to it. Anyway, that was my morning thoughts on Michael Jackson. I still love him. I was a big fan of his classic works, his more older stuff when he had the afro, you know. I'll say up until about Bad, I really loved a lot of his stuff. And then when he came out with like You Rock My World, I like that song too. I love Butterflies too. I think that's the only song he don't have a video for, and I think him and Florence could have came together and did one. They should have. That's a decent song. That one and Not Invincible is Unbreakable. It's on the Invincible album. The one with him and Biggie Smalls do a duet. That's genius. Michael Jackson and Biggie Smalls. That's kind of fly. And you listen to it, it's like, oh, you know, Mike Shorty still got a little bit of brother in him. Because, you know, everybody always want to think that he's white. And what I get so sick about in America, and I'm going to talk about this in another video, I might make it this morning, that actions and things that we like to do in this society are colored as either stuff that black people do, stuff that white people do, stuff that only white people like, stuff that only black people like. Like, we can't intermingle and take on different types of things, culturalistically, or, you know, do things that would, I guess that would be outside of our race. That's what they call it, but it's more to it. I can't think about it. When I come back, I'll take and deal with that. But right now, I just wanted to give my love to MJ and the family, and I really think that people need to leave him alone. I really think he needs to just let him rest in peace, because God knows he couldn't rest in while he was living. You saw, then another thing, those pictures. They show pictures of how he was getting shots in his feet, and they're just desecrating the man. If I want to know what kind of staff that he had that let him walk around like that. Didn't call somebody, call his mother. He doesn't look well. His legs. Who? I guess they was afraid of getting fired, because the hole in his legs, the infection from him shooting up painkillers in his legs, so you couldn't see no arm tracks. I have a problem. Well, now that they're trying to say, well, he did this, he did that, and he has such a large staff around him that let him do it. They ain't no better. They was there for the dollar too. I holler at y'all.